Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's episode of The Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys checking the video out. Always grateful for that. Guys, today we're going to have a little conversation about boats, as far as what type of boat you should buy. Specifically, I wanted to talk about aluminum versus fiberglass. I get a lot of questions on that as far as people want to know they're getting ready to purchase a boat, if they get a fiberglass or aluminum. So I'm going to give you guys my opinion on that in today's video. Also, guys, just wanted to give you a quick reminder. You probably heard me talking about it, but Tackle Warehouse has got their summer kickoff sale going on right now. They got a bunch of really good sales on equipment and tackle there. If you guys are interested, I'll put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video, and you can order through that link. It's a good way to support the channel and get you some good deals on tackle, so I really appreciate that. Okay, guys, actually, I'm in this position right now. I'm sort of in between boats right now. I'm in between boats, so I'm making a decision on what I'm going to get for my next one. And I think a lot of people are sort of in that same deal, so let's talk a little bit about it. First of all, let's talk about the advantages or disadvantages of a fiberglass versus aluminum and what you should consider there. I'll tell you right off the bat, guys, I like aluminums. I ran for about a year and a half, I guess. I ran a Ranger 198 in the Bassmaster Opens, and I was in second place in the point standings fishing out of that aluminum boat for half the year. And when I got back into a fiberglass boat, I dropped down to 13th. So I was really happy with it. And the aluminum, there's a lot of advantages. First of all, they're not as expensive. I mean, bass boats are just ridiculously out of range for most people right now. They go up so much every year. So, you can definitely save quite a bit of money with an aluminum boat. You're going to save probably, based upon a similar, like the top of the line aluminum versus the top of the line fiberglass, you're going to save about 50%. So you can get in a state-of-the-art, top of the line aluminum bass boat with 150 horsepower motor on it for right around $40,000, and you're going to pay $100,000 for the same type of a flagship boat on a fiberglass. So that's probably the biggest consideration with that. The next thing with aluminum, guys, is I just like the way they fish. They're lighter. They're not as hard to tow. You can get by with a single axle trailer. You can have a 1500 half-ton truck with it. You can launch them a lot easier, a lot more maneuverable with that. And another thing I like about them is they don't hold as much. They don't have as much storage, so it forces you to simplify your fishing. And I think there's a big advantage to that. Also, you don't have to worry about skinning them up as much. They don't damage or crack like the fiberglass do. But the big disadvantage, or the two disadvantages of aluminum over fiberglass, is they catch a lot of wind. In other words, if the wind catches you from like a sideways angle, it blows the boat a lot quicker than a fiberglass boat, and they don't handle the big rough water quite as well. Now, a fiberglass boat, like I said, you're going to pay a lot more for it. It's going to be heavier. You're going to have a lot, if you do damage the boat, like if you hit it up against the stump sideways, the wind blows in it, and like you get some gel cracking in your fiberglass, it's going to cost you a lot of money to fix that. In general, a fiberglass boat, it just costs more. It costs more for insurance, costs more for boat payments. That's the biggest thing about it. Now, if I would here's my opinion on the thing. If you guys are, say you don't fish tournaments, or maybe you just fish like local tournaments, like buddy tournaments or BFLs, I would highly suggest getting an aluminum boat. I think if you weigh the advantages versus disadvantages, I think an aluminum boat is the way to go. I'm leaning towards that a little bit myself. But if you're a hardcore, hard charging tournament fisherman and you fish big waters and you're traveling all over the place, yeah, a fiberglass boat with a dual axle is probably the way to go. But regardless, if you spend $100,000 on a bass boat, it's probably the worst investment that you can possibly make. I mean, it's immediately going to go down in value, 15 to 25% as you drive it off the lot. So from that standpoint, if I can give you guys any advice out there, I would highly encourage people to look at an aluminum or a lower end fiberglass line. Now, a lot of boat companies out there, it doesn't matter if it's Skeeter, Ranger, Tracker, whatever like that, they usually have 2 or 3 different fiberglass models. The biggest one's usually rated for 250 horsepower more, and then you've got some of the more entry level boats that are rated usually for like 150 to 175 horsepower. That's another thing I'm looking at, is going to a fiberglass rated for 150 horsepower, like a 18 footer. If you're going to go to a fiberglass, that's what I would suggest. Getting an entry-level model like an 18, 19 footer that's rated for a 150. You're going to save a lot of money. It's still going to allow you to fish the big waters and cover a lot of ground with it. So anyway, guys, that's a few of my thoughts on boats. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll talk later.